Alright, so I almost forgot that I want to make a video on this, but this is the Magician 3D printer. It's the big one that's 400 millimeters tall, which is like 15 or 16 inches. Came with a nice little direction book. It came with a set of Allen wrenches. It has a full-size SD card, which I'm not used to. All the other printers I've had have little micro SDs. Looks like it came with an extra. I haven't looked too close at the extruder, but this looks like it would be an extra. Nice little wrench. Those are my scissors I already had to open the box. A little piece of metal. Here's the filament holder, which I'm not going to use that. I have my own little deals rigged up. And it gave you a little bit of, it looks like 30 grams of white PLA filament. And here's the power cord. So first thing I did is take this the top piece, I think they call it the gantry, and it slides down into this, which is nice. A lot of them you got to try to match up. And then you take 2 bolts, slide up in this hole right here. And of course, I still have a little bit more to do. But so far, this is the most simple looking, sleek, good for the price. Again, off of initial judgments here. So I'm gonna finish getting these bolts in on both sides to get it attached. And other than that, it doesn't look like there's gonna be a whole lot to it. The directions have nice pictures, which is helpful. I bought printers before and they have like horrible directions, or they don't even give you ones in English. So this is definitely nice here. Auto leveling, it says also. So we'll see. I'm gonna end up seeing how it's print, but I wanted to get this part in the video. The cables also, instead of being a whole bunch of cables, they're all wrapped inside of this, and I'm drawing a blank on what these are called. Reminds me of like a ribbon cable, but there's multiple cables inside of it, like a protector, so that's nice. But yeah, be back in a sec. So far, after sliding this down in here, there's a little connector. It was there, it's obvious it goes there. And same way for the other side to control each of these motors. Does appear there's a handle on the top. These are all lubed up here, which is nice. I mean, I'm not seeing anything to manually level the bed. The last printer I had bought was called like a pyramid or something, but it said auto leveling, which I'm not really sure why, but there's still little knobs and you have to actually level it yourself. So I'm curious to see all about this here. Next, it's wanting me to use these little M4s, and they're gonna go right here in the side. Okay, so again, so far I'm impressed. Like this cable back here, it plugs into the back, and then there's 2 little bolts to secure it, because obviously the bed moves back and forth. And again, like how the wires are just sorry, I'm on my kitchen table right now, but, our kitchen counter. But like how everything just seems like it'd be out of the way. I've dealt with this so many printers, and you just got all types of wires coming from the extruder area, hiding down, and they get caught and tangled. Got a nice belt up there. I'm gonna spin this around. I think I have everything plugged in now, and the directions seem to be saying the same thing. So I'm not too sure what is going on with this little spot. I know it says 220 and 110 down here, and it says it's pre-selected already based on where you live. But again, not too sure about this or the little pocket. There's a little cover that came with it. Maybe that's just so you can keep some tools in there or something. Not honestly too sure. And then this right here says SD1, SD2. I guess that just holds your SD cards. Your ports right here on the front. You got your USB, SD, and then USB-C. So I'm gonna go over the directions again, but it does look like I have everything going on. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in up here and make sure it moves around and everything like that before I take it down to where my printer's set. I'm getting rid of my 2 older ones and gonna go with this one. Seems a lot more simplistic, like what I want for, you know, selling prints and just having fun with them and everything like that. This extruder end definitely looks different from what I'm used to also. I'm used to, like I said, a whole bunch of wires coming out and everything. Not seeing that on here. The wires are right here, which is really, really awesome. All right, now I'm gonna power on. Sorry for the little munchkin gremlin screaming in the background. Nice little screen here. All right, so I had it go home, and it is moving properly. So the controls are a little bit different than I'm used to, but one thing I noticed right off is some of my older printers, you had to sit there and click the the 5+ or 10+ button to get to the temperature you wanted. This has a preheat, which is kind of normal ranges. I'm sure you can adjust those, but like for PLA, it says bed 75, extruder 210. You can just push that and you're on your way for heating, which is pretty cool. So I just got the filament loaded on in here. I know it's very messy, but it's just a small amount. I just want to give it a test up here, like I said before I take it down. Very, very quiet. Seems a little slow with its movements, but that's not always a bad thing. Let's see how it runs out of the box. Still need to do some leveling, and I guess the auto leveling. All right, and here's off. It was said Halloween pumpkin or something like that came on the card, so that's what we're going for here. So far, so good.